Hello everyone. I analyzed our I-forms for student number 3. I had a before reading strategy and I decided to use a semantic organizer. So before I go deeper into my strategy, I first want to discuss what a semantic organizer is and how the student will properly fill out a semantic organizer. So a semantic organizer, aka a semantic map, is just a visual that allows a student to organize their thoughts, ideas, and concepts. A semantic organizer, it takes a word that the student is unfamiliar with and provides meaning to that word based on words that the student is already familiar with. So the student is actually able to determine the meaning of the new term based on the relationships of words they already know. And as Nagy stated, vocabulary builds relationships. And the more the reader actually knows, the easier it is for them to learn new words. So this is the semantic organizer that I'm actually going to use for student number 3. And then keep in mind, there are several different styles and types of semantic organizers or semantic maps, and they can be used for a variety of different things, such as brainstorming, ideas, character traits, summarizing, readings, and for the purposes of this one, which is to provide meaning for unfamiliar words. So I'll show you, we'll go over how to actually fill this out. Actually here, in the middle is the base. So this is where the unfamiliar word or the new term would actually go. Right above it is where the student will place the definition. To the right of it is where the student will list a synonym. To the left is where the student will list an antonym. And then at the bottom is where the student would actually list example and non-example sentences. So we'll go ahead and fill this out. So the word that we're actually going to use is a vocabulary term that the student actually had an issue with. So the word is going to be valley. So we'll write valley in the base. So first, I'll have the student write the word in the base. So as you see here, we have valley in the base. And then I would actually have the student create a definition or try to first define what the word is. So we'll just go ahead and fill it out. So a good definition for valley, we'll just say lowland between hills or mountains. So I'll list that here as the definition. So low land between hills or mountains. So after the student lists the definition, then I'll actually have the student list a synonym. So just a word that's the same as valley or similar. So off the top of my head, we'll go with plain. So the student will write plain in the synonym box. Once they have the synonym, then I'll have the student come up with an antonym, so a word that means the opposite. So we'll go with the opposite of valley. Let's just go with plateau. So as you can see here, we have plateau. And then last, the student will list an example sentence and a non-example sentence. So for an example sentence, we'll just say, Jack followed Jill across the valley and up the hill. So that's where you would list the example sentence and then just have the student list a non-example sentence. So semantic organizers, honestly, they can be used before, during, and after reading, depending how you actually use it. For the purposes for this student, I would use it before reading. What I would do is first pull out a list of key terms that are going to be in the chapter or the text that we're going to read, and I would list them and then have the student fill out the semantic organizer prior to reading. And then I chose to use a semantic organizer just because student number 3, he had the most difficulty with vocabulary along with sequence and inferencing. So I just feel this semantic organizer before reading would be a great strategy that will help him comprehend the text and be able to read more fluently now that he's able to determine the meaning of the new words. So that's how you would fill out a semantic organizer.